Welcome once again on another episode, the M High Club. We got some really interesting aviation facts to share with you today. The paradox of aviation industries keep on increasing in this unprecedented time. Declining in passenger demands, airspace restrictions, countries and cities locked down, maintenance costs, and lack of reserve credits. All these factors impact in a debt-dealing detrimental for an airline to sustain. Out of all of this drama, the worst thing that can happen to an airline is files for bankruptcy. But do you believe that filing for bankruptcy doesn't really mean that airline has no chance of bounce back by any form? Well, it's too good to be true, but believe me, it has different faces. I dug down my research to find that out, and let's have a look at it, what it is all about.
Liquidation. Liquidation is closing off the business and distribute all the assets to the creditors or the owners of the business. Liquidation can be two main types, which is voluntary liquidation and compulsory liquidation. In voluntary liquidation, when the company is unable to run their business, they call up a board meeting and decide to dissolve the company based on the available facts. And if you remember, Air Italy was the first initial airline to file voluntary liquidation during this challenging time on 25th of February due to massive financial loss. While in compulsory liquidation, the shareholders or the creditors files a court order and let the court decide on the liquidation. Remember, Thomas Cook Group files compulsory liquidation on 23rd September 2019. Administration or voluntary administration. What happens in voluntary administration when any business collapses? The directors of the company have the opportunity to transfer its authority to an appointed administrator to investigate the reason and provide the best solution to the creditors of the company. The creditors will then decide whether to liquidate the company or reorganize, or in exceptional cases, the creditors can still vote to give the control back to the directors to restart the business based on the various other facts.
We got a lot of examples in the voluntary administration during the recent months, such as
Flybe, Virgin Australia, Air Mauritius, South African Airways. In fact, South African Airways is set to be replaced by a new national flag carrier according to the Bloomberg News on May 2nd.
So there's a sign of a revamp. And also, take a listen to what Sir Richard Branson explained to its entire Virgin Australia staff.
This is not the end for Virgin Australia and its unique culture. Never one to give up, I want to assure all of you and our competitor that we are determined to see Virgin Australia back up and running soon. I believe and hope a new beginning. I promise that we will work day and night to turn this into a reality. Thank you.
And the next service termination method is the bankruptcy rehabilitation, or restructure, or reorganization. This type of bankruptcy I heard through just recently when Thai Airways files for rehabilitation plan to submit to the bankruptcy court, which means they need to find a solution to clear off the debts. So the reason why Thai Airways claimed rehabilitation plan is to get some form for payments for its creditors and get the business reset for a specific period of time. So again, bankruptcy rehabilitation doesn't really mean that the permanent closure of the business, but there are chances that the company can bounce back in the business under strict conditions.
I'm pretty sure Thai Airways can come back even more stronger.
Now, the Chapter 11 and Chapter 13 bankruptcy protection can be used in the event of failing to pay its creditors and shareholders and turn the company assets into cash to cover the fair share among creditors and shareholders. Colombian airline Avianca files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in April 2020. Just before this recording, the LATAM airline files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy under the condition of air operating while looking for a solution to pay its creditors and bounce back in the business. And that's why it's called Chapter 11 bankruptcy petition.
Filing for bankruptcy doesn't really mean that the end of the company's life. In fact, in some cases, it can even mean the opportunity to create a new beginning. Take an example of American Airlines files for bankruptcy in November 2011. Afterwards, merged with US Airways and came back profitable in 2014. Delta Airline files for bankruptcy in 2005 and started fresh with a new logo in 2007. So I hope you got a better understanding of how the bankruptcy work when it comes to airline industry or any other industry in fact. We wish all these airlines who went on whichever the service termination will emerge with a better strategic plan to serve the sky for the best customer need. Once again, thanks a lot for watching this vlog. Always welcome your comments down below. Subscribe to M High Club and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Stay safe, stay strong. Till I see you again.